And welcome back to the New England Job Show. My name is Brian Henchy. And as we were discussing in our first segment, many workers in this economy, despite their best efforts, have been unemployed for over 2 years without landing a position. For them, life becomes increasingly desperate. Many workers long ago ran through their savings and the bulk of their 401ks. Many workers who have never been in a situation like this before are unsure what to do next. Where can they go for help? Is there help available? Does one have to become homeless before they're eligible to get help? On the New England Job Show today, we're talking with Yolande Pere from Community Teamwork Incorporated. She's going to teach us Survival 101 for the unemployed. Yolande Pere has an extensive background in mentoring, leadership, and career development. She is a senior case manager for Community Teamwork in Lowell, where she provides ongoing support and expertise through comprehensive assessment, planning, implementation, and overall evaluation to clients, assisting them in successfully gaining sustainable employment. And Yolande Pere, thank you for joining us here in segment 2.
Thank you.
So let's start off with job searching. And we were going to talk about this before about what is the best way to get started with creating a plan. And I believe we were going to cover on the job search as well as the emotional side. So what's the best way to create a plan?
Well, the best way to create a plan is to start with that assessment again.
Mm-hmm.
We go with the intake. We know we have, we can call it a profile of the individual. We know that person's strengths, some of the things the challenges that the person is facing.
Mm-hmm.
And what we usually do from there, depending on how willing the person is actually involved in his own survival, let's put it that way, overcoming that survival, we recommend them to start a job readiness program.
Okay.
We have over, again at CTI, a job readiness, a 5-week program.
5 weeks, geez.
It's every single day from Monday through Fridays from 9:30 in the morning to 12. And it has, it includes financial literacy, computer literacy, it's creating that plan. It's about interviewing techniques, it's resume writing. So there are different factors that we put together and we have seen they work. And not only that, we have had the experience of having some employers in the area have heard of the program and have joined us, being very interested in interviewing our candidates and hiring them, by the way, after the program, after they have finished the program. So that is the first step.
Okay.
The first step for someone. And even though people say, well, you know, I already know how to do this. I mean, I know how to interview people. I've been doing this for a long time. It's something that will help. It will actually hone the skills of the person.
Yeah, and the sort of career preparation that's offered between the state with the one-stop career centers, which of course is located at mass.gov/DOL for Department of Labor. Between those and also the professionals like Right Management, and I'm trying to remember some of the other ones, but there are a lot of different career assessment, career assistance type places, and they have great ways to help out job seekers and those who are really looking to get help with interviewing skills and stuff like that. But also, what can people do in terms of the emotional plan? Personally, I know I did not create an emotional plan, but I can say that your emotions do play a major role in your job search. So is there assistance for people if they're going through rough times with that, or is that incorporated into any of Community Teamwork Incorporated, the 5-week job readiness program?
Well, that depends on what the person is going through.
Okay.
Case managers do help in terms of having those conversations with the individuals, with the people, the participants in the different programs. But we're not therapists, okay? So sometimes people, and it's very important for people to actually make sure that they follow up on their health issues in general. And not only because they're feeling depressed or maybe because those emotions are getting out of control, but because it's important for people in general to be in a good have a good state of mind,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to understand and own what is happening.
And one thing real quickly is just to mention, a lot of people think being on unemployment or whatever, oh, it's a long vacation, hey, it's so much fun. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It is a very stressful time, and people who are unfamiliar with what it's like to be looking for a job, it is not fun at all. But I also want to ask you, what about situations where, well, before I get into that, I just want to mention, through the unemployment office, you're probably very familiar with this. You can get on the unemployment office's health care that they have, which is almost free. There's no monthly premium, whatever. And it's actually a fantastic plan. You're covered during the time that there are some eligibility requirements, but it even includes wellness.
Right.
So mental health benefits. If you want to see somebody, you can go to the unemployment office. If you're eligible, I'm trying to remember what it's called, Mass something, but
There's Mass Health and there's Commonwealth Health and all
right.
of those, yeah.
There are many Massachusetts healthcare programs, and mental health is a part of that, which is definitely a good thing. So one thing, though, is when unemployment is over, what's available to you then? Is that when you start looking at the career transition? I'm sorry, what was that?
That's what you start looking at, the Department of Transitional Assistance.
Okay.
There are a lot of people who don't actually want to go because they feel some sense of failure, let's put it that way. I've spoken with parents who say, I don't want to go there because this is not the example that I want to give my children. But then on the other hand, it is very important for the children, you know, to have a roof over their heads. So it's about, again, they have to understand, and that's the importance of having those conversations. People need to talk to their therapists or their case managers. They need to understand that this is a transition, that this is not permanent, that things will get better, and they actually do. And I see this every single day.
And it's actually a big issue, is people really being willing to ask for help. There's even been stories about how military personnel, when they are done with their service, whatever, some of them having a tough time finding a job and making ends meet and everything, that some of them feel too proud to go to, you know, for unemployment or welfare or what have you. It's very tough for them to make themselves willing to ask for help. So
that's why it is so important for people to actually reach out.
So here's a question that I've been dying to ask you about. Is about when should, so for people who are going after their passion, what they love to do, and I'm definitely in that category, looking for a job as a political talk radio show host, but how do you know when it's time to give up? Suppose you've been looking, I'll use myself as an example, if you're a year and a half and you've been trying to follow your passion and it's just not working, when do you give up and say, you know what, I need to look for something else?
You really want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Never. 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 Your passion it's you. It's in you. It's part of you. I mean, you might just put it on hold for a while, and that hold could be, I don't know, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years. But you don't give up on your passion.
Are you doing your passion?
I am.
Oh, good.
I am.
So what if, again, like me as an example, what if you want to switch careers to follow your passion, which I've been doing, and you need some sort of training, which I have gotten, but I'm wondering what kind of training is available through either the state or what's out there that's available?
Well, you can actually, you know, fill out for FAFSA, which is a Federal Assistant Student.
FAFSA?
FAFSA, yeah,
okay.
FAFSA. And most people who are doing this for the first time, who are going to school or community colleges, they get actually full tuition.
Wow.
And that's huge.
I wish I met you about a year ago.
The other thing is that a lot of organizations and agencies, they do offer free training as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a matter of actually, like, again, having that conversation. And sometimes being unemployed is a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to do a lot of research. You have to start looking for the right people. You have to start, like, volunteering, which I know a lot of people do.
And which I have done, yeah.
Yes, and I've done as well. I'm sure that, like, there are a lot of people who have been in that situation, have been laid off. It's one of the options they have.
So if you're looking for training, FAFSA, and what else?
FAFSA, and start looking for, do a research online of the organizations and agencies. You just put in, whatever it is that you want to train on,
mm-hmm.
and then you will start getting all the different listings.
Yeah, part of the problem, of course, is, at least in my experience,
mm-hmm.
is that you go to look at what training is available, and a good portion of the time, there was a limit to the amount of money available.
Right.
And it's gone
right.
within
it's
the
gone.
first
That's
several
true.
days or several hours.
That is true, too, yes.
So,
So that's why I'm saying that being unemployed is a full-time job. It's like, being on top of things, yes.
So in addition to the Massachusetts...
Is it easy? No.
So in addition to the Massachusetts Career Centers, which of course I mentioned are at mass.gov/DOL
mm-hmm.
for Department of Labor, where should workers look for help? What agencies can help unemployed workers? So we've talked to...
Career centers. The Career Center is fantastic. I mean, we actually partner with them,
mm-hmm.
or they partner with us. They have great workshops.
Mm-hmm. Does CTI have its own website?
We do have our own
and
website.
What's the website?
It's COMTEAM, comteam.org.
Comteam.org. Okay.
Yes. So career centers, it would be CTI, it would be... there are different... I could actually send you more information, because I just don't want to be...
Probably lots of links on your website too, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Great.
But I don't want to be unfair.
Okay.
Let's put it that way.
And finally, just to hit on this, I do want to thank you for joining us today on the New England Job Show, and also that there is lots of help out there. Of course, you can also learn more on our website for the New England Job Show, which is nejs.org. That's nejs.org, newenglandjobshow.org. And my name is Brian Henchey. I want to thank you very much for joining us today. Thank you to my guest, Yolande Pere. And we will be back with another episode of the New England Job Show coming up soon. Thank you for watching.